Hi everyone, Bowen from Enhanced Asset Management here. Just back with an update today on your position in AUB held within your portfolio. So on Monday afternoon, AUB announced that they have received a non-binding proposal to be acquired by a Swedish private equity firm, EQT, and the price on that proposal came in at $45 per share. This is up from a previous offer, which wasn't announced to the market, that AUB had received in September. And that offer was for $43 per share. So the share price on Monday afternoon was sitting around $32. There was a pretty strong upside here with this proposal. Now, doing some quick analysis on the offer itself, we note that PSC Insurance, which we spoke about a year and a half ago, was acquired on a price to earnings multiple of 26 times. And this is a pretty similar business to AUB, a little bit smaller, but operating in a pretty similar environment. And AUB the offer is on a price to earnings multiple of around 23 times. And that's at the very top end of AUB's guidance for FY26. So many analysts are noting this discount and saying, okay, maybe the offer price is not quite high enough. We want it up towards 50. But we believe the insurance sector has changed pretty significantly in the last 18 months. You've seen premium growth moderate pretty significantly during this time. So we actually believe that the $45 offer is a pretty reasonable offer for AUB, and it will provide around a 16.5% upside to our valuation on AUB. So where to from here? Obviously, the proposal is just that. It's just a proposal at this stage, and it's still subject to a lot of due diligence and some board approval and then shareholder approval as well. So this will be a few week process before we actually understand how this one's looking. AUB, the board has recommended this proposal and are pretty on board with the price and have now provided some exclusivity to EQT, which was a key condition of the proposal. So they've given access to EQT to the due diligence, and that's a 6-week period, which commenced basically at the start of the month. So we're around about halfway through that. So over the next couple of weeks, we expect to hear something from AUB about how this transaction is progressing. Now, obviously, there are some considerations here, and the first one being that this is obviously no guarantee that this proposal will result in a transaction. We know that the EQT have walked away from bids before. Most recently in IRES, they offered a few takeover offers and then walked away from the takeover. So, I mean, the market is obviously aware of this and they're quite cautious. So at the moment, AUB is still trading around 20% below the offer price. Again, around 20% up from where we were on Monday. So I guess the market's giving it about a 50-50 chance of going through. So on to our valuation, and as we said, it's now trading basically bang on our valuation at the moment, around $38. Given we've held this stock for over 3 years now, and we took an initial position at around $20, we are considering taking some profits here before we hear anything else on the takeover. We don't believe the current share price right now is an outright sell, but we do know, obviously, if this deal falls through, we expect to see the share price fall back to where it was before the offer was announced. So essentially, where we are at the moment, there's a 20% downside if the offer falls, and there's also a potential 20% upside if the offer goes through. And then obviously, if the analysts are right and there's some more higher offers come through, there's obviously some additional upside there if any of that progresses. Now you can see from the share price chart up on screen here, the share price has obviously jumped pretty significantly from Monday. We're up about 20% from that announcement, which is an awesome thing for the portfolios and a great result for your investments with us. But as we said, we're really considering whether or not to take some profits off the table here, just given the potential for this one to come straight back down if the offer falls through. We're not going to sell the whole position. We're going to make sure we've still got some exposure if this offer does eventuate and we see a further 20% upside from here. So we will keep you updated with any new information that comes to light with the takeover. But at the moment, we're internally considering whether or not to take some money off the table here, and we'll keep you updated with that decision. As always, this is general information only. If you do require any further financial advice, please reach out to your licensed advisor. Thank you.